Well, good morning, and a beautiful morning it is. I am out at my typical stomping grounds, this beautiful area, and today we are testing out the VJ MAXx2 trail shoe. Check it out. Love this super bright kind of green and yellow colorway. That's right, full performance review after a handful of miles, handful of runs. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm really trying to grow and hope that these videos are informative and inspiring. So please give the video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you think of this shoe. It's a good one. And the word of today are all out. We'll come back to that. Please also consider joining the channel membership. I would greatly appreciate it. Starts at $1 a month and it just supports the channel. You also get a few exclusive videos and some early releases. You can check out videos like this one early. So yeah, just consider joining the channel membership. But of course you can always subscribe. That's free. Alrighty, let's get on with the review. So we're gonna be talking about a few things. We're gonna be talking about the overall build or build quality, the comfort, the performance, and the value of the VJ MAXx2 shoe. But first, voiceover Chad, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the specs and features of the shoe?
VJ states, versatile, well-cushioned, and fast trail running shoe for all surfaces and distances. The MAXx2 features VJ's new Super Performance midsole, which offers extreme cushioning and energy return with every step. It also includes a full rock plate to protect your feet from the sharp edges, protruding branches, and rocks. Just when you thought we couldn't make the Max better, behold, MAXx2. As for some of those specs and features, you get a butyl rubber outsole with 4mm lugs, Super Performance midsole, which is a supercritical foam, one-piece engineered upper with overlays and underlays or a fabric inside the shoe for added durability and support, fit lock for stability and support on the medial side, a lay flat and gusseted tongue, 31mm of heel stack and 25mm of toe stack, which includes the 4mm stack of the lugs, 6mm drop, weighing in at only 240 grams or 8.45 ounces in a men's size 9, and a US MSRP of $180. Chad, back over to you.
I'd like to thank VJ for sending me this shoe for the purpose of review, but know that all thoughts and opinions are strictly my own. Additionally, all of the B-roll footage that you're seeing, that's a fun section there, was recorded after this run, so you're seeing the shoe in its true state. Okay, let's talk about the build or build quality. So here's what you need to know about build quality in the VJ MAXx2 trail shoe. Remember those words of the day, all out? I feel like VJ went all out on this shoe. The quality of the build and the materials used seem to be top notch, and everything came together really well. You're getting an outsole that is super grippy. More on that on the performance here shortly, but that also seems to be very durable. I have no concerns about that outsole just lasting a long time. There's also hardly any signs of wear on that outsole at this point. That midsole is also a supercritical foam, so it should last a long time, not fatigue or squish down prematurely. Should continue to give you good, lively feedback for many, many miles. And the upper is really well done. You have an engineered mesh on the outside, but then you also have some additional really high quality, almost suede-like material on the inside of the shoe. It lines the ankle and the heel, as well as the lateral and medial side of the foot inside the shoe and into the toe box. It just adds a lot of good structure. I mean, that upper is just super durable, very high quality, not going to give you any problems. Really excellent choice of materials that are durable but high performing as well. You also have some really nice overlays that wrap around the entire foot. They line the bottom part of the upper along the top portion of the midsole, And again, that just adds some extra build, some extra durability. And then on the medial side, on the inside of the shoe, you get that fit lock system, which adds some comfort and performance, but it also adds some additional durability to the shoe. So all in all, everything just really came together. Just a super nice build. Oh, check this out. Look at that. Hello, deer. Looks like they're starting to shed their coats a little bit. So again, VJ, I mean, just great job on the overall build and build quality. Excellent choice of quality materials that came together really nicely. No complaints at all on the build. So I have no choice but to give it a perfect score, a 10 out of 10. Moving on to comfort. Comfort is an interesting topic for this shoe, and here's why. This shoe, the MAXx2, is comfortable in the sense that a sports car is comfortable. Let me explain. If you're accelerating really fast, braking really hard, taking turns, weaving in and out of traffic, going at a high rate of speed, a sports car is going to be much more comfortable than your mom's minivan or your grandpa's Cadillac. In the same sense, this shoe is comfortable like a sports car. It's the shoe that you want to use when your output is a little quicker, when you need a little bit more performance. It's not comfortable in a plush sort of way. The shoe is not considered, in my opinion, a max cushioning despite the name, nor does it have the most plush tongue or ankle support, but it is comfortable. Taking a look at that midsole, it is a super critical. They call it a super performance, like performance, not a romance, but performance. And the midsole seems to balance both soft cushioning, but also performance rebound and a dynamic feeling underfoot. So again, it's comfortable, not in the sense of it being overly plush or soft, but comfortable that it makes it feel like you can run in this shoe for a long time. But it's also going to give you a high level of performance and that kind of rebound, slightly bouncy, springy feel underfoot, making it comfortable even for longer runs, despite it not having a lot of stack underfoot. For anything that is slightly more up-tempo, slightly more race-oriented, or if you're looking for just a high-performance trainer, this is going to be a great option to consider. In fact, I am planning at this point, as of this recording, to use this shoe in my up-and-coming 50-mile trail race. The upper comfort is also really nice because you have that fit lock system. Let me show you. Right here on the medial side, the inside of the shoe, you got this fit lock. So this really helps secure the inside of your foot, keeping things comfortable. Of course, that's a performance advantage as well. The material around the ankle and the heel here is kind of suede-like on the inside. It's actually quite nice. And then another thing really worth mentioning, the heel lock. It's extremely good in the heel lock, but the piece of plastic that they put inside the shoe kind of follows this overlay a little bit. It comes up around the side of your foot and then drops down around the back Achilles area of your foot right here. What that allows the shoe to do is to be a little more flexible back here where your Achilles is. Again, keeping things really comfortable. So I think that's extremely thoughtful, but it does add to the comfort around the heel. Again, providing a nice secure lock, but no interference or rubbing on that Achilles area of your ankle. The materials are soft. There's enough padding, not a ton of padding, but enough, again, to keep things comfortable. And the upper really hugs your foot quite well. And the laces, let me show you. These laces are a little bit wider, a little fatter than a lot of laces that I've had on other shoes. So these laces just lay nice and flat around the top of your foot, keeping things nice and secure. And even though you don't get an overly plush tongue, in fact, it's not padded hardly at all, but I have no concerns. It feels really good on the top of my foot, nice and secure, but I feel like I have good blood flow, and my foot just remains super comfortable. It's a weird description. Again, goes back to that sports car feeling. It's comfortable from a high performance perspective, not from a plush, relaxed perspective. I hope that makes sense. Hey, Future Chad here. I forgot to mention one thing. Wanted to talk briefly about the tongue. I mentioned that it wasn't overly plush, but I did want to mention it is very comfortable and nice around the ankle. It's kind of a butterfly effect, so it just wraps around the top of that ankle really, really nicely. Again, not thick, but really good choice of materials that don't rub into your ankle at all. So yeah, loving that tongue overall. Really quite nice. And it's gusseted on both sides, not all the way down, but fastened in place right below the eyelet chain on both sides. So it's not moving around on you, keeping it nice and secure and in place, and overall just really nice, high performing. And even though it's not overly plush, you have just a little bit of padding in there, but all in all, more performance oriented and overall actually quite nice. So there you go, Chad, back over to you. The other thing that I want to mention is sizing. So I went a half size down. Typically I go with a 9.5, and I went with a 9 per the recommendation of VJ shoes. So this shoe does run long. It also runs narrow. So I went half size down. I was super leery about doing that, but I'm glad that I did. Once you size down, it's very accurate. I'm gonna give Comfort a 7, maybe an 8 out of 10. The only reason is because I feel like you could use a little bit more underfoot midsole, but I wouldn't change it either. So I have a hard time giving it a perfect score or even a 9 out of 10 because the Comfort really is nice. But again, it's comfortable like a sports car. So how do you rate comfort in a sports car? You know, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Looks like we got some bikers coming down. I'll let them come through. How's it going? Hi. Hey, man.
Hey, Chad.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing great. It's a beautiful morning.
Morning.
Morning. Enjoy.
Thanks.
That's funny. I know that guy. He's a good guy. One more. This guy's hauling. Look at him go. Morning. How's it going, man?
Hey.
Woo. They're having fun. Okay, now on to the performance of the shoe. Now, before we really dive into it, again, all out is the word here. So this is the shoe that you want to use when you're going all out, but I think we need to give it a water test. So we're gonna step in the water here and see how this shoe does in the water. Okay, we're getting our shoes nice and wet here. All right, nearly submerged into the water, as you can see. So let's continue on with this run and see how they feel. So I mentioned that VJ went all out in this shoe, all out when it came to the choice of materials and the build, but this is also the shoe that you want to use when you're going all out, whether it's in training or racing. But I feel like this shoe does a really good job at kind of being really good at kind of walking that line of a high performance trainer, but one that you can also use for racing. This shoe actually reminds me a lot of my favorite trail shoe that I used in 2022 and 2023, being the Adidas Terrex Speed Ultra. I loved that trail shoe, and the MAXx2 really reminds me of that. All right, so far the water test is a success. This shoe does not feel like it's holding on to water at all. I couldn't see where the water was maybe squeegeeing out of the shoe, but I don't know, I don't feel like it's holding on to water at all. So that's a really good thing. Moving on with the performance, that outsole is phenomenal. VJ claims the best grip on the planet, and that's a pretty steep claim. But you know what? I believe it. The grip on this shoe is absolutely amazing. Yes, better than Vibram, better than Adidas Continental Grip, better than Salomon's Conta Grip, better than Speedland's Michelin Grip. This outsole is almost tacky, sticky. VJ, I don't know how you did it, but extremely happy with the performance of that outsole. I'm also really liking the performance of that midsole. It's soft when you need it, but also super dynamic and kind of bouncy and really inspiring That midsole also gives excellent feedback. And I mentioned that there's not a lot of it there. I mean, only 31 millimeters in the heel, which includes the 4 millimeter lugs. So 27 millimeters of heel stack, a true midsole heel stack. That is not a lot. But you know what? I'm okay with that, because from a higher performance perspective and to keep things nice and lightweight, shoe weighs in at what, 240 grams. Like, that is really nice. The shoe feels quick and inspiring underfoot. It's that midsole, it's the overall weight. I enjoy running in this shoe. I look forward to running in this shoe. Again, I'm gonna use it for my 50-mile race that's up and coming. And additionally, you get a full rock plate. So forgot to mention that in the Comfort, helps keep things comfortable, especially when you're on pretty technical, rocky terrain, kind of like this. I thought that the rock plate at first would maybe limit the overall ground feel, ground feedback, but it doesn't. It just helps protect the foot, keeping it comfortable, but also allowing you to perform at your best. And then lastly, the performance of that upper. Mentioned that it's comfortable, but it also really holds my foot really nicely in place, nice and secure. Ooh, check out the grip coming down these flat rocks, no issues at all. That fit lock system really helps add some extra security on the side of your foot. I feel like my toes have enough room to sit comfortably, but my foot's also not moving around, you know, side to side or back and forth inside the shoe. I wouldn't say the upper is overly breathable, so it could improve a little bit on breathability, but I would rather sacrifice breathability for a little bit of durability. Let me know if you have any questions about the performance of this shoe. I hope that all kind of makes sense despite my ramblings. I'm gonna give performance a 9 out of 10. That's a really solid score. So now let's talk about the value of the shoe. The MAXx2 comes in at $180 US MSRP. So I feel like that price point is kind of on the upper end. I think if it were 160, that would be a much stronger value price point. The shoe does not have a carbon plate. It's not considered one of those super shoes, but it is an extremely high performing shoe. You're getting excellent quality build, excellent choice of materials, excellent performance, that midsole, the rock plate, that grip, the best grip on the planet, but $180 is not an excellent price. That said, I think for the most part, you get what you pay for, and you're getting a really great shoe, but $180, that's a lot of money, especially for a shoe that, yeah, you can use it for your daily trail runs, but this isn't necessarily your go-to daily trail running shoe. It can be, and if you're looking for a high-performing trail shoe, this might be one to consider. So I'm gonna put the value at a 7 out of 10, at least at that $180 price point. So has to say that it's okay, not the best. If it were 160, or you can get it on sale, maybe a discount, then yeah, value would probably jump up to 8 or 8.5 out of 10. If you can get it at 150 or less, then the value would be more like a 9 out of 10. Do I recommend the shoe? I would recommend this shoe. I do have an affiliate link that you can check out to VJ's website. If you use that link to buy any product from their website, I do get a small commission back, and it just goes to support the channel. But again, know that all thoughts and opinions are strictly my own. They are not paying me to say anything. All right, I'm gonna walk up this last little section coming up the ridge here. Whew. Need to catch my breath. This is the type of shoe that you get when you're looking for a more sporty experience. It's not a shoe that you buy for its utility or ruggedness, but if you want a fun, inspiring, and spirited experience, this is the shoe to consider. It's just a high-performing, fun shoe to run in. Oh look, more deer. Hello. Wow. There's a few down there. A couple up there, a couple more right over there. Hello. That's pretty neat. Now, stay tuned for more on the channel. I've got more shoe and gear reviews coming, some awesome run ventures, and some ultra runs. I just signed up for the Ute 100, my first 100-mile trail race down in Moab area, Utah. Really looking forward to that. And then, as mentioned earlier, I'll be running the North Fork 50, and I'll be running in the VJ MAXx2. So I hope you found this review useful, informative, maybe inspiring. Beautiful area here in northern Colorado. Just absolutely loving it, having a great time out on the trails. I attribute that largely to the shoe. Thank you for joining me today. If you're not subscribed and you made it this far in the video, just hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And again, consider joining the channel membership. Remember to be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this shoe. See you on the next video. Bye. Miles, average 6:38. That last mile, 2,000 feet of overall vertical gain on today's run. Whew. And there's the car. All right, that was a fun run. Whew. Really enjoyable. Always got to come back for the camera.